When I first came to Germany and stood before those walls of beer bottles and crates, I felt pretty much clueless. All those names and labels that just don't seem to make any sense. It's no fun, especially if you can't really speak German that well. And you just don't feel right asking people for help. You're lucky if you even make eye contact, let alone get some beer advice. So I'm going to try and help you out here, starting with some beer basics and showing you how to pick out the 10 most popular German beer styles. So I like to start by asking myself, what am I actually going to be doing with this beer? I mean, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like going on a date. You have to make sure you have the right beer for the right occasion. Helles, which is German for light. It's a lager that's pale and malty with a little hops lingering about, golden and smooth. So it's definitely something to drink outdoors or in a beer garden. A perfect place to practice your German with complete strangers who actually enjoy correcting your bad grammar. Pilsner. It's a much lighter, pale beer and a bit more hoppy than most lagers. Refreshing, to the point, and really bubbly, full of action. A beer great for watching or playing your favorite sports, like what they call Bierkastenrennen, a two-man beer crate race. Export, or lager beer, is a pale beer much like a Pilsner, but less of a hops flavor, brewed with more alcohol to make the long trips being exported all throughout Germany. It's inexpensive, often in a can, and perfect for backyard projects or working in the garage. Bock is a seasonal winter beer, strong and malty, and Achtung, heavy in alcohol content. Maybe that's why they named it after a ram. Because that's how your head can feel if you drink too much of it. Bock beer really heats you up. That's why they drink it during the winter, in cold times, like out on the hunt. Schwarzbier, translated means black beer, with a roasted deep malt flavoring that's well balanced. This is a beer fit for traditional heavy German foods, like deep fried carp, Eisbein, or just chilling out on your bearskin rug. Fest beer. It's the classic seasonal brew for special occasions like Oktoberfest. Often this beer is served in a big mug called a Maß, which is like ordering 2 beers at once. So it will keep you in the festive mood, where you'll need to quench your thirst after doing hours of that mandatory table dancing and swinging each other from side to side, what they call schunkeln. Kolsch. Kolsch is a lighter colored pale ale, full of aroma and flavorful, with a good hops present. It may seem odd, but Kolsch is only allowed to be brewed using water around the city of Cologne. And here, it's best to enjoy during Carnival, where the whole city drinks nothing but Kolsch all day and night. Sort of a Halloween with beer. Alt beer. Alt beer has a darker amber coloring, with a lot of hoppy bitterness, and it does take some getting used to, but packs a nice punch. They say it's best to drink from the keg in its hometown of Düsseldorf, where you can gaze on the famous Rhine River, thinking about how better everything used to be in the past. Rauchbier, or smoked beer. This is a growingly popular speciality in the region of Franken, famous for those smoky roasted malts. Obviously, it's a great companion next to the grill, eating smoked foods, or if you just feel like being a beer expert for a day. Weizen, which is German for wheat. It's been rated as the most consumed beer of all. It's full-bodied, flavorful, aromatic, and very thirst-quenching. It's always served in this long glass, which you toast at the bottom. Drunk all throughout the day, Weizen is most popular in Bavaria, where beer is still considered a health food, and athletes often bathe themselves in it to reward their hard-earned victories. Of course, there are other fascinating styles, and over 5,000 beers to choose from, which would take you drinking a different beer every day for the next 13 years. So then I started wondering, has anyone actually taken up the challenge? Sure enough, I found one daring man that's decided to go for it. Next time, we'll be visiting Norbert, living in the brewery-infested region known as Franken. He's been drinking a new beer for the last 2 years, reporting on it and sharing his findings with the world. Until then, Prost.
Ja.